Hi folks, Eagles beat reporter Mike Kaye here for NJ.com. I wanted to talk to you about three major X factors for the Eagles heading into the divisional round matchup against the Saints this Sunday. The first X factor I want to talk to you about is defensive tackle Fletcher Cox. The All-Pro had a career year this season, producing 10.5 sacks. He's forced regular pressure. He needs to do that against the Saints this weekend. Drew Brees was barely touched during the Week 11 match between the Eagles and the Saints at the Superdome, and the Eagles paid the price. Brees was able to just pick on the Eagles DBs, and the game was over before it started. The Saints outscored the Eagles 48-7. Fletcher Cox needs to force Drew Brees out of the pocket. He needs to force him to make bad decisions. He needs to force him to make bad throws. The Eagles need to create turnovers and steal possessions for the offense, or they will never be able to keep track with or keep pace with the Saints offense. The second X factor in this game will be Rasul Douglas. He will head up their coverage unit against Michael Thomas, the Pro Bowl wide receiver. Now, Thomas led the league in receptions, and was one of the top receivers in receiving yards as well. He is a guy that Drew Brees trusts to make big plays. He can go up for the ball. He can beat guys' coverage. He's fast. He can run really good routes. The guy's awesome. And Rasul Douglas, who has developed into a pretty good starting coverage corner, is really going to have to limit the plays that Thomas makes throughout the game. If he can do that using his size and his strength, the Eagles could kind of stall some drives for the Saints. That's what they need to be doing. Now, Thomas will line up against Douglas and Avonte Maddox on the outside. Douglas will play on the right side. Avonte Maddox will play on the left. Maddox had some struggles against the Bears, but I think he'll be up for the challenge against Thomas. Douglas, though, to me is the key. If they have those matchups, he needs to use his size and his strength to throw Thomas off his routes and beat him on jump ball passes down the field. The last X factor I have in this one, of course, is Nick Foles. If good Foles shows up, you know what I'm talking about, then the Eagles could be in for a shootout against the Saints and could upset the home team, at the Superdome. Foles did not play in the first game in Week 11. He's been sharp for the most part during this 4-game winning streak. He needs to limit his turnovers. He's thrown 5 interceptions in 4 games, despite being on that winning streak and despite being pretty terrific otherwise. He needs to limit his mistakes, because whoever wins the turnover battle in this game will probably win the game, as it is in most playoff games. For all of our Eagles coverage, turn to the sports section of NJ.com. We'll see you soon.